So glad you made it. I dressed up for Halloween. And a very significant weekend. First of all, today is a full moon, and my sons told me that it's a blue moon, and that only happens every so often. I haven't looked into that one, so it's special in terms of the celestial environment. But then, of course, it's Halloween, and then, of course, tomorrow's All Saints Day. Then we have Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. And this is a time that we humans have found that we can connect with our ancestors in deeper, profound ways. It's some people say the veils between the worlds are thinner. So it's something really to consider, maybe just to hold in our hearts and say, if those veils are thinner, maybe I can come to some profound insight or understanding at this time more than at other times of the year. So let's just sit with that for a moment. We can sit up nice and tall, and then closing the eyes, softening the face, letting the breath be soft. Let's watch the breath with curiosity. Wondering about every moment of the inhalation and every moment of the exhalation, all the qualities in between. Continue to be curious as you also begin to control the breath now, growing the breath. And now let's change the breath a little bit so that we can help calm the systems down even more. So we'll be taking short inhalations and then exhaling out through the mouth. And let's continue this, and we'll encourage also the body to reflect what's happening with the lungs. So inhaling, lifting the chest, stiffening the spine up a little bit, and then exhale, releasing out through the mouth and allowing the spine to collapse and drawing the head down and feeling that relief of letting go. Inhaling, exhaling. A few more times. At the top of the inhale, you might hold the breath for a second or two. And then a few more. This time you might add another element. You might add some voice on the exhale. One more. And then finding the head in a neutral position, sitting up tall, letting the effects of that breath be felt. So you could feel this mentally. You could feel this also physically. You might feel something specific in different areas of the body, some of the processes you can now be more aware of when in our day-to-day lives we're not aware of them. So notice, and then we will move in a moment. Okay, let's come over to hands and knees into a table posture. So we'll bring palms down, knees to mat, fingers spread wide, knees under hips. And on the inhalation, drop the belly, drop the, let's say maybe the chest is going to come forward a little bit, dropping the low back, lifting the head, exhaling, pulling the belly up, sending the head down. A few more of these, but really being careful not to overarch when you're coming into your cow. So you don't want to push the belly down. You just want to inhale and relax the belly, dropping it, and then exhaling, emptying it, and using that belly to help empty a little bit more. So let's link the breath. If you haven't engaged Ujjayi Pranayama, you can find a neutral spine and then inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, fog out. The mouth stays open, fog in. Close the mouth, exhale through the nostrils. Mirroring inhalation to exhalation, exhalation to inhalation. And then maybe now with this powerful breath, you move through a few more cat-cows. And then we'll come to neutral spine, keep the breath going, come to standing on the knees. Take the hands and move them into circles. So this morning, I call our class Bright Morning Yoga Flow. Going to create some motion, some sense of flowing. And so let's get the wrists prepared, circling. You can extend the arms, push the palms forward, fingers up. Then we'll switch, fingers down, palms forward. And just continue a few of these and explore the half circles you can take. You might take the shoulders in, you might take the shoulders out. Just kind of feeling straight arms, flexed wrists, and then we'll shake the hands out. From here, drop the arms alongside the body, circle the shoulders a few times, and we'll take shoulders back and down. Next, inhale, reach the arms upwards. Take the head, dipping it back slightly, looking up past the hands. Exhale, palms together, thumbs in towards the heart center. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, hands in. Just a few more of these. Now we're going to go further. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, hands together, thumbs to the heart center, lower the hips to the heels, keep the hands where they are, but lower down into a variation of a child's posture, feeling this bowing action at the same time, so the head might not come all the way down. And then on the inhale, we'll rise up, reversing out. Take the arms upwards. We'll just keep them just like this, palms together. But then as you take the arms up, extend the index fingers and fold the rest of the fingers. The thumbs are also straight. Next, exhale. step the right foot forward. Sink into this lunge. Taking the right foot so far forward that the left knee is far behind the left hip and the right knee is on top of the right ankle. Now we're going to push away from the right foot to send the right knee back to the mat. And then we'll bring the palms together, thumbs in towards the heart center, bowing in. Inhale, reach bring the trunk back up, and then reach the arms up, interlace the fingers again. Exhale, step the left foot forward, sink into the left knee. You might keep the trunk upright, or you might find a little bit of a back bend here. One more breath. Push into the left foot, send the left knee down, palms together, thumbs to the heart center, lower the hips, lower all the way down. This time release the arms down. And you might take the arms forward, you might stack the hands to support the head. Find about 4 breaths. Let the body digest what happened. We're going to come back to it in a moment. And next inhalation, you can press your way up to keep arms alongside the body for a moment. Keep the shoulders back and down. Next inhalation, reach the arms up. Exhale, palms together, draw them in towards the chest. A couple more. Letting the head move with the arms. Next inhalation, take the arms upwards, interlace the fingers. Index fingers straight, step the right foot forward, sink into the right knee. On the next exhalation, so big breath in, on the exhale, bring the hands down to the inside of the right foot and then lower the head down. About 3 breaths. Now we're going to be on the knees for a little bit, it turns out. So if you have a blanket to put under the knees, if your knees are sensitive and you're working with a hard floor under, feel free to do that. Always looking for just the right amount of discomfort. It's really controlled, even though we might be surprised here and there. Now we'll walk the hands back and come to a seat. So you can choose to sit on the back heel, or you can sit on the foot itself. Sit on the bottom and bring the foot to the inside of the thigh. But this is going to be a little bit more accessible in terms of when we begin to flow. So on the next inhale, reach the arms upwards. See if you can keep the right leg straight, the right toes up, foot flexed. If not, bend the right knee, but keep the foot flexed. Folding here and feeling all that tightness in the leg. Another breath. Now what we'll do is start to change over to a twisting dragonfly. So you can rise right up to the left knee, plant the right foot, roll over the back toes, plant the left palm, lift the back knee, and then inhale the right arm up. You can keep the left knee down too, so to see what works better. 2 more breaths. And we'll bring the right hand down. Left knee down, step the right knee back, come up to standing on the knees, reach the arms upwards, bring the palms together, thumbs in towards the heart center. A couple more of these. Let's do this one more time, but this time as we're continuing this motion, right, bringing the palms together, thumbs in towards the heart center, let's use this time and this motion particularly to move into the feeling that it invokes for you. So considering what we started with at our beginning of our practice, maybe thinking about those that have come before you, maybe thinking of saints and sages, ancestors, this huge human lineage, all the wisdom that has been taught through the ages, and the gratitude for that. Maybe that may be something else. So let's continue to use that motion to invoke that feeling. And this time, though, we'll take the arms up, interlace the fingers, and extend that left foot forward, sink into the left knee. Next exhale, bring the hands down to the inside of the left foot, lowering the head. We'll inhale, lift the head, walk the hands back, coming to a seat, maybe right on top of the heel. Reaching arms up as you breathe in, folding as you breathe out. Keeping that left foot flexed, knee bent or knee straight. One more breath, and we'll move into a twisting dragonfly. So from here you can press up, walk the hands forward, roll over the back toes and lift that back knee. Right arm nice and firm, palm down, inhale, left arm up. And we'll bring the left hand down, right knee down. Go ahead and send the left knee back. And now let's just walk back and come into a child's posture for a few breaths. We're going to take those postures and connect them and let them move into one another. We'll find a clearing breath first. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. And right from here, let's begin with prayer pose with the hands. So bring the hands together, thumbs towards the chest. And then we'll inhale, rise up to the knees. You can start to circle the arms a few times. Coming back into this feeling, moving into the feeling of connecting to our lineage. Next time the arms are reaching up, interlace the fingers. On that exhale, set the right foot forward, sink into the right knee. Deep breath in. On the next exhale, release the hands down to the inside of the right foot, lower and dip the head. Feel, what is the feeling of this posture as well? Inhale, straighten the arms, walk the hands back, come to seated on the heel for a moment, and then we'll inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. On the inhale, walk forward. Exhaling, setting up your twisting dragonfly, and then on the inhale, reach that right arm up to complete that. On the exhale, bring the hand down. You can bring knee down, right knee down, next to left, and then inhale, reach the arms up. Exhaling, hands in. Next inhale, we'll interlace the fingers, and then we'll step left foot forward, sinking in on the exhalation. Deep breath in, looking upwards. Exhaling, hands down, and letting the head go. Inhaling, pressing into the hands to walk back and sit on the right heel. Reach the arms up. There's always variations. You can change this around to fit your body. Exhale, lower. Inhale, walk forward. Set up that twisting dragonfly on the exhale. And then on the inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhaling, lowering. Come back to the knees. Inhaling at least 1 or 2 cycles here. And then when you're ready, you're going to start to take this on your own. Now you can develop this, so you can take another posture in between, a different transition. So whenever you're ready, just begin interlacing fingers, setting right foot forward. Maybe challenge yourself by lifting the back knee at some point. Just check in and see. Using your own creative sense, walking the hands back maybe and just sticking with the flow. Lost myself. Linking your breath in the way that makes sense. At any point, taking a break and beginning again. Continuing to move into the feeling and move into the motion. Let the postures move into each other. Let's take a couple more cycles at least. Watching each posture change before your very body. Once you've completed the cycle that you're on, we'll meet in child's posture in the variation that you'd like. And so, in child's posture, just focus on breathing, focus on breath, focus on reflection of inhalation and exhalation. Or maybe go deeper and come into that feeling that we're invoking today. Clearing breath. And then rise up to table. Let's get off the knees for a little bit. Come into downward facing dog, stepping hands forward, rolling over toes. Lifting knees, sending hips back. As you're here, see if you can roll the shoulders a few times. So you're doing this, you can sense the motions are changing, or the motions are changing the muscle activation in the back. And then keeping the elbows facing back rather than coming outwards to the sides and pushing out. That can hurt the wrists and create some problems. So elbows back, so you feel the elbows kind of turning inward. About a few more deep breaths, exploring maybe the low body here and shifting the heel. So one of my favorite positions in this posture is to pivot one heel towards the other foot. You can feel deep stretch in the low side part of the back, and then shifting to the other side. Maybe we do this together a few times. And a couple more breaths. You might keep feet neutral or keep moving around. Arms are getting more into this, feeling more of the arms. And now we'll lift the right leg upwards, separating the legs. Maybe bending, straightening the right leg, maybe circling the knee. And then we'll step right foot forward between the hands into a nice lunge. Walk the hands to the left side of the mat, and then we're going to come right into a wide leg fold here. So releasing down right in the middle. And let arms hang loose. Let's clasp opposite elbows with the hands. And just for a moment, like lift the trunk and then release. So you feel like a little bit of buoyancy here. But we don't want to stay bouncing. I just want to experience that for a moment and then just let that go, but keep the arms as they are. Another breath or so. So we're kind of upside down here with the arms in this position. Just notice how this feels. Physically, mentally, emotionally. Release the arms, plant the palms, come up halfway. Put a little bend in the knees, bring the hands to the hips. Look forward, and then rise all the way up to standing. Once you're here, straighten the legs. Reach the arms upwards. And now cross hands to elbows as we did before, but this time we're in a different position. Draw the head into the arms and extend the neck. See if you can look upwards. Notice what this position might invoke internally. And we'll take the arms, reach them upwards. Bring the arms to a T. Shift the right toes to the front of the mat. Left toes can stay where they are. Let's sink into the right knee to come into Warrior B. And flip the palms upwards. Gaze past the right fingertips in a focusless gaze. The eyes are soft. The facial expression is soft, neutral. Now we'll bring the right forearm to the right thigh and extend the left arm up and then over the left ear. From here, spiral the heart upwards. Look up past the left hand, past the left thumb, if that works. And if not, you can bring the head to neutral. You can move between those two positions. Extended side angle posture. Utthita Parshva Konasana. And let's inhale, rise back up. We'll straighten the legs. And let's come out of this by reversing. So we'll shift the toes to face the side of the mat. This time, bring the hands behind the tailbone. Interlace the fingers. Squeeze the shoulders back, looking upwards. Exhale, folding forward. And release the arms down. We'll walk to the back of the mat. Walk to the back of the mat. Bring the hands down. And then what we'll do is keep the right foot down, lift the left leg up and behind and come into a downward facing dog, but this time the left leg is lifted. And we're going to move this leg around. Maybe bend and straighten. And then we'll step the left foot forward. From here, we'll return to the side of the mat. Separating the feet, maybe even more than before. This time we're here, you might even bring the head towards the mat. You might be able to, or you might bring the head to a block. And you can let the arms just hang loose, the first part. You can shift the toes inwardly. You can get more of a stretch in the ankle. It's really important. I like to emphasize it because we really forget about our feet, and we want to remember our feet. We really need those feet. As so long as we have them, we need to use them properly. So now we'll start to come back. Make sure you're grounded enough so that you can lift the trunk and the head and then clasp opposite elbows with the hands. It's feeling, what does this do to the shoulder blades? How is this affecting the physical body in this position? And we'll plant the palms, straighten the arms, come up halfway, bend the knees, hands to hips, just a micro bend in the knees, and then rise all the way up to standing. From here, we'll take the arms upwards, and then find the arms in that same position, but up overhead. Extend the neck, send the head back into the arms. Sense what you're strengthening. Sense what you're lengthening. And we'll bring the head to neutral. Take the arms up, open the arms to the sides, pivot the left toes to face the back of the mat, and then lunge into the left knee. Flip the palms up, keep drawing the shoulder blades back towards each other, settling the shoulders and the arms down but keeping them level, gazing past the left fingertips, focusless gaze. And then we'll come into extended side angle. Left forearm to the thigh, right arm up and over. Feeling length from right heel out to the right fingertips, and then turning. This is one where we can kind of deactivate and start to look downwards. We want to keep the heart out to the side and also turn it upwards, taking the head upwards. You feel lots going on in the low back. And from here, we'll start to rise out. Bring the arms to a T. Take hands behind tailbone, interlace fingers, squeeze the shoulders back, look up. Exhale, fold. 3 breaths. And we'll bring the arms down. This time we'll come up halfway, lengthen, heel toe the feet closer together, coming into a fold with the feet hips distance apart. Grasp the big toes with the peace fingers. See if you can straighten the legs. See if you can lift the head. And then on the exhale, bend the elbows to fold. Look past the knees. I think today might be a good day to do something that's a little scary. So you have an option to do this, of course. You do not have to ever do anything, right? But if it's a good time to try, especially if you feel more comfortable trying at home. So what we're going to do, you might stay here, or you might take the left hand away from the left toe and bring it outwards, kind of on an angle, right, in the direction of the small toe, and bring the left hand down. Now you could use a block for this too. You just want to make sure it's stable and it's on the lowest level. Then you bring your weight into that left hand to pick up the right leg. So it looks kind of strange, it feels kind of strange. You do have to lean into that left arm a little. You do have to figure out how to pick up the right foot and draw it in towards, draw the leg in towards the socket. Right, you have to be able to adjust the skeleton in order to figure that one out. And then you can lower it down. So I didn't hold that one. I could feel my hip flexors wondering what was happening. I haven't done this in a while. So it means I probably should do it more. Then we're going to switch. Holding left big toe, right hand out to the right. Picking up this left leg. This might be enough right here, or you might be able to take that leg out. And yes, there's weight into the arm. If it gets intense, just pull away. You might try again, or you might not. And we'll let go. And right from here, come into a squat. Heel toe the feet apart, lower the hips. This is when a squat feels good. Relax into the squat. We'll take 1 or 2 more deep breaths here. A nice clearing breath. And then let's take hands down, lift the hips, walk to the front of the mat, plant the palms, step the feet back. So before we start to move into just nice relaxing holds, we're going to encourage the upper body to get a little stronger too. So you can bring the knees down, or you might keep the Knees up. For more challenge, you might lift a leg. But basically, we're going to take, let's just say, a few push-ups, whatever is possible. So knees are behind if you have the knees down. As you exhale, lower and keep the elbows above the wrists. As you inhale, press into the palms and lift. And we'll just take whatever you can take. Maybe it's 2, maybe it's 4, maybe it's more. Some people could go real fast. And then we're going to come into downward facing dog, lifting the hips, sending the right leg up, drawing the right knee to the right hand. Left leg slides back. We'll come to the elbows and move the wrist around before we lower into this. And then lower all the way down when you're ready. And we'll see about taking another variation here today. Few more breaths. And we'll start to rise into a back bend. We're going to linger in a back bend for a moment, so you can keep palms down or prop up a little further with the fingertips down, pushing into fingertips. See if you can drop the left hip a little bit. You might stay here or you might go further. Maybe you take a hold, you bend the back leg and take a hold of that foot or shin with the right hand or the left hand. But either way, let that foot pull the arm back so you can feel the shoulder blade drawing into the back. You could feel the front of the shoulder and the chest open. Right here. And release. Come out of this. You can take right leg behind if you'd like. Counter that for a moment. And then switch legs when you're ready. Right foot down, left leg lifts. Left knee to left hand. Right leg sliding back. Maybe more attention to the hands, or maybe you're ready to lower. Sinking into this posture, just like every posture. A couple more deep breaths. And then we'll start to rise. Look for the back bend. Maybe you go a little further, bending the back leg, taking hand to foot, ankle, shin, then pushing that foot into the hand. And then when you're ready, come out and take that left leg up and behind. We're going to be meeting in seated, sitting up tall with the ankles crossed. We'll work with the neck a little bit. Hands to knees, circle shoulders. Shoulders up, back, down. Drop the chin to the chest. Circle the head. So we'll go a little deeper today into the sides of the neck. So we'll circle the head a couple times one way, a couple times the other. Shaking the head out, bring the head to center. And we'll tilt the head to the left. As you tilt the head to the left, roll the right shoulder a little bit, just focusing only on the right shoulder. And then drop that shoulder back and down, and bring the hand down as well. So palm down, arm straight. Breathing into the right side of the neck, which means you're mentally focused in that space. You're with every motion, and then you're even encouraging that motion because the breath is so deep you can feel it in that area that is stretched. Now look down towards the left thigh, but keep the tilt in the head. Look up towards the sky, keeping the tilt. Looking back down towards the thigh. And then looking forward, keeping the tilt, bring the head back to center. Okay, release the hand to the knee. Close the eyes, pay attention to left shoulder, right shoulder, feel the difference, experiencing the difference. Now we'll tilt the head to the right. Okay, roll the left shoulder. Shoulder up, back, down, bring the hand down. Straight left arm. We're going to now shift the face down towards the right thigh, keeping the tilt. You should feel and sense the changing sensation up and down the neck as we're doing this. Keeping the tilt, look upwards, shift the head, look downwards. Bring the face forward, keeping the tilt, and then come out of the tilt, head to center, releasing. Okay. So from here, moving the head around, letting the neck get used to the extra space that you've created. And now we're going to rest, but we're going to come down to the back and just find a little bit of a twist. So we can start with knees into the chest. Take the knees to the right. Might put some pressure on them with the left hand. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't remember what side I said. Knees to the right, right hand to the left knee, pressing it down. Bring the knees to center. Take them to the other side. Turning the head away. And we'll bring the knees to center and now sit up to rest. So releasing the legs, the arms, resting in the way that feels best to you. So maybe you want a different expression, or maybe you want to cuddle up with the blanket. Once you get there, sink, release, give in. Like they say, let yourself die into the pose. Shavasana, corpse posture. Rest. Slowly start to notice the breath again. See that the physical body is still working, there's still motion there. And begin to deepen the breath. Now consciously move the body, hands and feet. And then when you're ready, maybe extend the arms and the legs. And bring knees into the chest. And then find your way up to seated. Once you're here, we'll seal the practice. Reach the arms upwards. Bring the palms together. Draw the thumbs in. Lower the head. Let's bow again to all those that have come before. Our relatives by blood, our relatives by faith, teachers, saints, sages, bowing to all. May all beings in all the realms be happy, healthy, and free from suffering. We'll seal our practice with the sound of Om. Deep breath in. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I honor the light in you that is the same light in me. Namaste.